Thanks for all the support on the Daybreak videos, guys, especially for my bestie here, Emily. Thank you so much. Oh, headset's dying. I was just about to start the video and my headset beeps. Yes, I know. I'm gonna feed you. Just give me a second here. Let me plug you in. Sorry about that. Hey guys, what's going on? It's GMT and welcome back to another Daybreak video. And in this video, we're gonna be looking at all of the survivors in the game and seeing which ones I think would be the best. I was playing a game with, I can't remember what his name was, and I feel so bad for saying that. If I remember correctly, I think his name is Guy. I was playing with him for a little bit, the first video that we recorded, and I think he told me to use Seth. So I went ahead and bought Seth and played with him for a little bit. I think it's a very good survivor to go ahead and use, and it's the first one that I've used so far. So we'll go ahead and look at all the other survivors here. But Seth's ability here, he has a wooden bat. So basically, if the killer ever comes up to me, I can equip the bat, and then I can use it to stun the killer. So it's a very cool thing to see in a game like this. It's sort of like the camera, just a little bit, but what this does is it's more of like a knockout item. Okay, it doesn't blind you or anything like that. It's more of a stun item, but you can use it at any time, especially when the killer's coming up to you as well. So it's different than what a trap would be in some other games. But using Seth so far, very cool. This isn't going to be like an in-depth review because they have a lot of stats on the right side. I think most of the stats are kind of just, they're kind of hired or even just evened, like Iris here, to kind of let you know what exactly they're more beneficial in. So they all have like different stats and gears here. So let's go ahead and take a look at every single survivor. So if you don't even choose a survivor in this game, if you just play as yourself, your ability is called Nothing Special. When the killer uses their detect ability, there's a 50% chance you will not be detected. And then we're gonna go ahead and name off the two top like statistics here in each character, I think. So if you're just playing as yourself, you have more speed and more stamina. Seth here, as we were talking about before, we kind of already went through Seth, so we'll go ahead and skip him. But Adriana here is next. So Adriana's ability is called self-control. Adriana does not make any noise and is undetectable when standing still. So I don't think she makes any noise in walking around. It's either walking around or the breathing aspect of it. Maybe making no breathing or both. Maybe like no noise at all. So you can't, literally like the ninja perk, can't hear her breathing or walking. And then undetectable when standing still. And the top two, it looks like, is stealth, of course. Adriana's going to be a stealth character, and then her speed is the next highest one. And stealth, by the way, is how quiet the footsteps are. Next, we have, I don't even know how to say this dude's name. Ijai? Ayaiji. Jajo. Look, if someone's named that IRL and I just butchered that, I am so sorry. Just kidding, get a name change. So Ayajaja has an old camera. They start the round with a camera that allows them to blind the killer. So just like the camera. And the top two statistics are composure and stealth. The camera is kind of like the STN camera. Okay, if you do use it on a killer, it will blind them and they can't go ahead and see where they are for a certain period of time. Next, we have Gabriel. Gabriel's ability is the tracking machine. Gabriel starts the round with a machine that can track her distance from the killer. And it's exactly how you guys would think. You literally pull out a tracker and it beeps, kind of letting you know where the killer is and how close the killer is to your location. This is another type of stud distance and gear as well. And then the top two, it looks like, is speed and smart. So Gabriel can repair things faster than other survivors, and her speed is a little bit up there as well. So next we have, I think this is Jun or Jean, and his ability is called Tough. So Jean can take one more hit than other survivors before he goes down. He also picks up down survivors faster. I think everyone in this game, not everyone, but I think if you're just playing as yourself here, you are a one hit. So if the killer comes up to you and he hits you once, then you're going down. But if you're playing as Jun, it looks like he can take one more hit, so he will be a 2-hit. And then if a survivor is down, he can go ahead and pick them up faster. And his top two statistics are stamina and composure. Next, we have Iris. Iris's ability is Pot of Life. Iris starts the round with a Pot of Life, which an ally can pick up to gain an extra life. Iris cannot use it on herself, and lives do not stack. When it is picked up, the ability goes on cooldown. Iris also picks up down survivors faster. Wow, that's a big explanation, but let's go ahead and break it down. So basically, Iris here has a Pot of Life. You can put it on the ground, and if someone were to go ahead and pick it up, then they would gain an extra life. And she can't use it on herself, obviously. And then if survivors do go ahead and pick up two, I don't even know if survivors can pick up two, but if that is something they can do, the lives don't stack, so you'd just be wasting it. And then whenever it is eventually picked up, Iris's ability will go on a cooldown, and then you'd have to wait to go ahead and place another Pot of Life. And then she can pick up down survivors faster. And her top two things are smarts and and speed. Next we have Yara. Her ability is called Second Wind. Yara can activate Second Wind to instantly regain 45 stamina. When Yara runs out of stamina, she gains a small speed boost for 2 seconds, and the speed boost can only occur once every 60 seconds. So this character looks like a character you would use to go ahead and save people, or maybe try to take control of the killer somehow in a looping manner. This looks like a type of looping character. If you really want to go ahead and just distract the killer, Yara's probably a go-to person, because literally everything else is almost down all the way. If you were to go ahead and repair generators, it would take an extremely long time, I'm assuming, and then literally the breathing and the footsteps are going to be extremely loud. But her speed and stamina, of course, are all the way up, and then her ability actually matches her statistics as well, because she will activate an ability to go ahead and just regain 45 stamina right on the spot. And then actually when she runs out of stamina as well, she'll get a small speed boost for 2 seconds. It occurs once every 60 seconds. So yeah, technically, literally, this is probably going to be a looping character. Next we have Arlo. So Arlo has an ability called Healer's Touch. Arlo picks up down survivors 50% faster, and then the survivors he picks up are briefly immune to damage. So this does help out in actually getting people up and making sure they don't get knocked down right away, because it does happen. I've seen it in games. I haven't played a lot. I'm only level 12. I have seen it occur in some cases where people get picked up right away and they can just easily get targeted again. And his top 2 things here for statistics are speed and composure. Next we have Riley. Riley has an ability called Cheap Thrill. When Riley is hit for the first time, instead of going down, he actually gains a speed boost and keeps his life. Afterwards, he gains 1 bonus speed point. So that bonus speed point will go to his statistics up here, which therefore, even if he does get that bonus speed point, it will still be in the top 2, which is speed and stamina. Next we have Cora. Cora has an ability called Investigative Eye. So when a generator is completed, Cora can see the aura of other survivors and the killer for a brief period of time. Cora also picks up down survivors faster. So whenever people go ahead and actually complete a generator in the game, Cora can go ahead and see where the killer is and other survivors, but for a short period of time. And then she can also go ahead and pick up down survivors faster. And her top 2 statistics here look like speed and smarts. A lot of people got speed as the top 2. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. We're going to call you Say. So Say has an ability here called Spiritual Connection. The killer's heartbeat radius is double the size for Say, allowing Say to hear them coming earlier. So this is more of a Recon type character. You can pretty much hear the killer's aura whenever they do get close to you, but now if you use Say and have the ability on, I don't know if it's a passive or not. It might be something you have to activate. I'm not exactly for sure. So it actually allows you to escape when the killer is coming to your location at a faster rate. Speed, stamina, and smarts are all kind of the same here. So the top 3 statistics are those. Next we have Jack. Jack's ability is called Stealthy. When crouching, Jack is undetectable while also moving faster than normal and having silenced footsteps and breathing. So whenever Jack is crouched here, you'll be undetectable, and then I think you move faster than normal while you're crouching, that is. And then you also have silenced footsteps and breathing as well when you're crouched. So I think you got to be crouched when doing this. Jack also has 3 statistics here that are kind of the same, which is speed, stealth, and smarts. So Jack is going to be another type of, I wouldn't say a looping character, but stealthy for sure. Just like, who was the other stealthy character? I think it was Adriana, right? Yeah, Adriana. Next we have Valerie. Valerie has an ability called Val's Mic. Valerie starts the round with her microphone, which she can use to temporarily buff her and her teammates' move speed. This does not stack, and Valerie also picks up down survivors faster. So another a thing I've been noticing is a lot of these characters have like a little passive ability along with their ability where they can pick up down survivors faster. So whenever Val starts the round with her microphone, it looks like, I think if you just use the ability, then it uses the microphone, it will buff her and her teammates' move speed, but for a short period of time. So when it says does not stack, I think what they mean is that if you use the microphone again, it's not going to stack the people that you already affected the microphone with, right? Or maybe if you use the microphone and it actually has all of her teammates buffed for a move speed, but if you use it again, it won't go ahead and actually like buff the speed even more. So it's not a stack on like that, I think. So if you do have speed up all the way and you have a Valerie on your team, it's not really going to help you, but it will help your other teammates. And then we're going to go with the top 3 again because composure is the top 1, but then for the top 2, speed and stamina is the same. Next we have Taylor. Taylor has an ability called Good Teacher. When working on a generator, Taylor will boost its progress for everyone. This also does not stack. Taylor also picks up down survivors faster. So whenever people are working on a generator with Taylor, they will all get a boost in progress. And of course it doesn't stack if people already have a boost on a generator that they are doing and Taylor is with you, it won't stack that even more, I'm pretty sure. So Taylor is definitely going to be a generator type person. And the top 2 for Taylor killer here are smarts and stealth. Let's go ahead and look at Yana here. Yana has an ability called Obsessed. So when the killer kicks a generator, vaults, or opens a locker, then Yana is notified, and this can only occur every 12 seconds. So this is going to be a Recon character. So whenever the killer is pretty much doing anything, Yana is going to know where that killer is. And then her top 2 statistics here are speed and stamina. Next, we have Daejung, and Daejung has an ability called Awe. So Daejung picks up survivors 45% faster, and then when Daejung picks up a survivor, they both will gain a temporary speed boost. And Daejung's top 2 statistics are speed and smarts. Next, we have Serena. I think it's Serena. Serena has an ability called Hunter's Instinct. Serena can activate Hunter's Instinct to reveal the killer to herself for 8 seconds. And then Serena can also pick up down survivors faster. So this is going to be a Recon type character. The top 2 statistics being speed and stamina. Next we have Kyle. Kyle Wolf? What? Serena Wolf and Kyle Wolf. Are these siblings? In some ways, he always envied his sister. So I think Serena's his sister. There's a backstory to all these characters, and some characters actually connected together, so it's very interesting. But let's go ahead and look at Kyle's ability here called the Bear Trap. Kyle starts the round with a bear trap he can place down to temporarily trap the killer to keep them in place. So this is going to be a tanky player. Kyle is kind of like Seth a little bit because they can both stun the killer, but Seth can do it at any time. Kyle actually has to place a trap and then to actually go ahead and catch the killer. But Kyle's top 2 statistics here are stealth and speed. Next we have Yan. She has an ability called Detection Machine. So Yan starts the round with a detection machine that she can place down to detect the killer. And then Yan also picks up down survivors faster. So the detection machine looks like a tracker, but this is not something that you can carry around. This is a thing that you can place down and then it actually detects the killer. So I think when you place it down, you could probably pick it back up. But this would be something that I'd probably go ahead and place down if I'm ever doing a generator, something like that perhaps. Or if I'm picking up a survivor, I'd probably place this down next to the survivor to let you know where the killer is. And then the top 3 statistics, because we got 2 and a tie here, are composure, stealth, and speed. Next we have Nathan, and Nathan's ability is called Wit's End. Nathan gains a quick burst of speed while blocking all incoming damage. So whenever Nathan goes ahead and blocks a damage, I'm guessing his speed stat will go up. So this is probably going to be a looping character for sure. And the top 2 statistics for Nathan here are speed and stamina. So let's go with Elizabeth here. Elizabeth has an ability called Withstand. Elizabeth can pick herself up, however, it will take 40% longer than normal. And basically what they mean by that is the time it takes for a survivor to go ahead and pick up Elizabeth. If Elizabeth were to go ahead and try to pick herself up, it would take 40% longer than the time it would take for another person to. So yeah, it's a good ability because you can get up by yourself. However, it's going to take quite longer than if someone else were to come help you up. And Elizabeth's 2 top stats here are stamina and composure. I don't even know this name either. Guys, I am so bad with names, okay? I butcher a lot of names, and I get clowned for it. We're gonna go with Y. Y has an ability here called Fight or Flight. So when Y is detected or a survivor is downed or killed, Y will get a temporary move speed boost, gen repair boost, and a revive speed boost. So this looks like a sacrificial type of character. So whenever she's detected or someone else either gets killed or downed, she gets all of these boosts added to her statistics. So it does help out a lot because if she is detected, then she also gets these boosts. So it's not really too sacrificial and just having other people either get downed or killed, but she gets all these boosts for those 2 things happening. So therefore her top 2 statistics are going to be speed and stamina, but I'm guessing smarts will go ahead and outdo stamina here if she gets detected or downed, because that also gets a boost. So smarts will be above stamina there. Next we have Gabby. Gabby has an ability called Empathy. Each time a survivor dies on their last life, not from bleeding out that is, Gabby will gain a bonus smart point and a 20% less detection chance until she has a 0% detection chance. So this is a type of sacrificial character now. Each time a survivor dies on their last life, not from bleeding out like we said before, it's from when they die on their last life of getting hit by the killer, Gabby will go ahead and get a bonus smart point, which helps her out with generator repairing. And she also gets a 20% less detection chance. So you have a 100% detection chance at the bat, but whenever your teammates start to die, 20% detection will go down. So if you have 5 teammates die, then you will have a 0% detection chance and your smarts will be up quite a bit. So as of right now, her top 2 stats are speed and stamina, but I'm pretty sure as you're using Gabby, your smart statistic here will probably outdo these other ones. Next we have Sarah, and Sarah has an ability called the Lone Wolf. When Sarah is 20 studs away from other survivors, she will gain a bonus walk speed and her smarts are increased by 2. And then additionally, when Sarah is 50 studs away from other survivors, she becomes undetectable. So this character is probably going to be a character that you just don't want to team with other people. If you want to use her ability to her full potential, you got to be away from other people, because once you are away from other survivors, 50 studs to be certain here, you'll become undetectable. But then also, if you're 20 studs away from people, you will gain bonus walk speed and bonus smart points as well. So the top 2 statistics here are composure, and stealth is all the way up, so you won't be able to hear Sarah walking around. Next we have Shiana, and her ability is called Raum. Or Rom? These names, dude. I'm probably butchering every single name that I'm saying, but hey, that is my bad. So, Say can send her parrot Rom to temporarily grant a fellow survivor a shield, but it doesn't work on herself. And then if Say successfully blocks a hit with it, the cooldown of this ability is halved. And then Say can also pick up down survivors faster. So basically her ability will just randomly send a parrot to a random survivor and they get a shield. So I'm guessing that'll make them a 2-hit. And the top 2 statistics here are speed and stamina. And the last survivor for this video is called Dakari. Dakari has an ability called the heal gun. So Dakari starts the round with a heal gun and you can pick up other survivors from a range. However, this gun only has 4 charges, so you only get 4 shots to use this heal gun, but you can shoot it at other people if they are downed and it will heal them right away. So that's pretty cool. And the top 3 statistics here are speed, stamina, and smarts is all the way up for gen repairing. So a very wide assortment of survivors here, a very wide assortment of playstyles as well. But anyways guys, these are going to be all of the characters inside of Daybreak so far. Let me know in the comments what your guys' favorite survivors are, and if you guys have any tips as well on these survivors, kind of let me know if there's anything else about these survivors. But anyways guys, that's going to be it for me. My name's JMT, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out guys.